Alright, YouTube, today we got we're gonna do a mid tape on the sides right in this area. And this on Corsair, so if y'all really need these steps or whatever on Corsair, you wanna get better at cutting Corsair, I'm about to teach you how to do this. We're gonna have a nice little clean taper, do the lineup and everything. This is gonna be a nice tutorial. Y'all stay tuned, y'all watch the whole entire video. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, to begin the haircut off, first, this taper is not so much more so kind of going into the top of the hair. He likes the cut off look to where everything's cut down to a certain length and then you taper it and the top is kind of basically just there for real. So to start the haircut off, you wanna comb out everything. Make sure everything is nice and combed out for real. Because if you start while the hair is compressed, maybe even sleeping on, or maybe the hair wasn't combed out before you came and got a haircut. When the hair is compressed and you start cutting, you'll be cutting into basically something that you don't really know about for real. You'll cut hair that you really don't want to cut. So you want to make sure you comb everything out. I wouldn't necessarily brush because the brush lays everything down. And the comb makes everything stand up and stand out for us, so you'll be able to cut it. And this is basically debulking and everything. That's what we're about to do. And to debulk, we're gonna take one guard right here. We have two different types of one guards. This is the one guard I use for fading, and this is the other one guard that I use for basically take everything down. This one cuts closer to the skin. I don't know if it's just me, but I promise y'all this red one cuts closer to the skin, and I use this one for fading. But we use this one right here to cut the hair down. And they're both wall guards, so. And we're gonna do everything we cut down. Like every time we debulk somebody's hair, we always do the level all the way closed. And we're just gonna take out all of this hair. And when y'all navigating on this side, make sure you kind of angle of the air however you want, just to get them angles and stuff like that. Don't be scared, don't be nervous. So we're gonna take it down about right there, and everything else right here, we kind of just gonna, I'm gonna show you real quick. We kind of just gonna freehand it, just basically with the clipper with no guard with the clipper, and we're gonna close the level all the way. Because if you try to cut it with the level all the way, some hair might start snagging because the hairs are getting caught inside the teeth. So we're gonna close it all the way so the teeth and the cutting blade could be even, and it's easier to cut it. And we're just gonna slightly kind of flick out almost. I'm not having it pressed up against his head. I'm about to show y'all. Alright. So I'm not, the level all the way closed, I'm not pressing it all the way up against his head, because if I press it all the way up against his head, all this will be going, all be shaved off, and then we don't want that to happen. So you flick out. You basically just hovering over the head and following the way it wants to grow. All you're doing is just shaping the hair up. That's all you're doing. Just to make the top blend into the side a little bit more. Now I'm going to continue doing this throughout the whole entire head, the back and the sides, because I'm only show you this side and I may show you the back taper, and then we're going to get into the liner part a little bit later in the video. Now that we got everything even out, I'm going to put this, let me see, I'm going to put a clamp so I can see a little bit better. Whenever you're doing a lineup, you don't want to have these clamps because it pulls the skin back. And if you have a clamp right here, it may pull his line up, and when you do his line, and then when you take the clamps out, his line will go back down, it's going to be all wobbly and everything. So never put a clamp in a client's hair while you're trying to, or make sure it don't have a lot of tension whenever you doing a lineup, because that could really affect how his line is going to look after. It might look straight when you got his clamps in, but when you take them out, if they have too much tension, it's going to be all wobbly and everything. So the first thing you want to do, with the level all the way closed, for my main tape, I kind of do like a roundish shape to it. And my level all the way closed, my clippers are set to where it's a little bit before, where there's zero gap or close to zero gap. So all it really creates like a little baldness for me. And all you do, level all the way open. You make your second guideline, and you're following the same exact shape. Second guideline. And then you want to fade everything out below that, slowly closing the level as you move down until you get to all the way closed. And all the way closed is where we start off with right here. So you open up the level, close it, fade down, close it, fade down, close it, fade down. But I am about to switch to these, my wall seniors. I feel like the wall seniors are way more powerful than Babeless. But the wall scenes do not have a click level system, so you kind of gotta, when I do my wall seniors, I imagine that it's a click level already on there. It's all inside your head. Just repetition, doing it over and over again, you'll get used to it. Wall scenes, but I do feel like wall scenes are a lot more powerful. Now we're gonna start our fading down process. We're gonna start with the level all the way open with a 1.5. We're gonna go down. Because I took all this down with a 1 guard, I know that anything higher than a 1 guard, which will the next guard will be a 1.5 guard, is going to remove all the bulk at the top. But if you want to take extra precautions, start with the level all the way open. If it's not cutting any hair, close it, or go halfway. If that's not cutting hair, then close it. Usually close all the way always works. Close always works. But whatever you cut the hair down with, mainly with coarse hair, is the hair that's going to take off the hair, the guard above it is going to take away all the bulk, all that bulkiness up top. And now since we're fading down, we're moving with our 1 guard, and all this right here, we're going to fade it out. And I'm about to show y'all an easier way, so where I don't have to use the half guard. Boom, and all this is faded right there. Now what you can do to make the blend a lot more easier is a rake down technique. This is what I do on some clients, not all clients. But you start with the level all the way open. And you don't angle the blade like this was flat on the client's head, because you have to worry about the cutting blade. You're only putting the steel blade on there, and the cutting blade is just doing all the work. So what you do, you lightly press. It's all about pressure. Lightly press, and you just do it in the same exact shape as the taper. Now this right here smoothens out the blend and makes it a lot better. This doesn't work on every client. This only works on clients with coarse hair. Curly hair people, it don't really work on them, or straight hair most definitely not. You cut a straight hair person like this, it will go straight through the hair. Straight through the hair and create a line. Like if you're trying to line them up with lines on their taper. So basically, as I'm moving down, I'm closing the level, and I'm moving down towards the inside of the taper. First with the level all the way open, I started way up here. And as I got closer to the level being closed, I moved down within the taper until I get right here. And then right here, what will help, all the imperfections, you just sit there and you point cut it. Very easy, very simple, and this will smoothen out a lot of y'all's blend. And also, what you can get is this right here, a razor comb. A razor comb, and you basically just feather. And it gets all the hair that's standing up, and it just cuts it off, making the blend a lot more smoother. You kind of angle it to cut more. You angle it up like this to cut less. You angle it down, or you tilt it a little bit to cut more hair. And all that does and just makes the blend a lot more smoother. And on these that I have, they got two sides. One side cuts less than the other. Alright, whenever you're doing the back, it's the same exact process. Right now I got this this angle for y'all. It's kinda, I'm right behind the camera, so it's kinda hard for me to see everything, but I'm gonna set in this first guideline for y'all to make sure y'all can see the exact angle that I'm setting in. And you always want to start in the middle, then work your way to one side, work your way to the other side, just like you do the lineup. And this first guideline right here, no matter what haircut it is, the first guideline that you set in, for the taper or the fade, whatever it may be, this is the guide that's going to dictate how clean your haircut looks at the end of the haircut. If the fade on both sides is even, if you're keeping kind of like contrast between this and keeping this shape, your haircut is going to come out very, very nice in the end. It's like the little stuff like this that matter, that'll take the haircut to a whole new level. It's just the little things, man. The little things, they matter. Alright, so we're going to start level all the way open. Make that first guideline. You dictate how compact or how spaced out you want your blend to be. Me, I'm doing about a ½ inch. My voice kind of going out, y'all. And then gonna start fading down. As I'm fading down, when I close the lever a little bit, I'm no longer touching this line anymore. I'm right below that. That's the whole concept of fading down. You're moving down while fading. I'm not no longer up here, closing the lever a little bit more. I'm no longer in this area no more. I'm right below that. Everything right below that. And I'm fading in the same exact way that the first guideline is shaped or was set in. I'm not going like this and fading all this. I'm going in this type of motion. Every time I'm going down. Close it, go down. And I'm using half the blade for this side or the whole blade, whatever I may choose, because I am fading. Whenever I'm detailing, I'll open it all the way, close it halfway, and I'll start detailing like this, using the corners of my blade. Alright. Now we're at the 1.5, all the way closed. And as you can see, it's not really going to cut much because all this hair is really already debulked from us cutting it down with the one guard. So we're going to simply move on to the next step. One guard all the way open. And we're going halfway that we did with the 1.5 guard. The one guard is a sweet spot because you can start to see the blend all come together. And once I use a specific guard, once I fade down in that specific area, I like to go back up and detail. Whenever you detail, let's say we just use the 1.5 guard way up here. In that 1.5 guard area, how you detail, you move and you go in detail back in that same exact area with the 1.5 with the guard below it. So in the 1.5 area, we're going to take this one guard and close it halfway, and then we're going to detail all right here. Just for the video, we're going to move down with our half guard, and all this right here, we're going to take it out. Start the lever all the way open. This probably won't cut it, but we're still going to follow through our same exact steps and our same exact process. Lever all the way open. And we only right here. We're not going up here no more. Close. A little bit. And we're just flicking. And I can hear the hair cutting. So when I close the lever again, anything higher than what I just cut, I'm not going above that. I'm staying down below wherever I hear the hair cut at. And now the hair is cutting, so close it a little bit, take all these little lines out, Now what I'm about to do, I'm about to start detailing in the one area with this 1.5. Close it halfway. And we're just gonna use the corners. Just the corners and just going up like this. Basically slicing each piece of clump that we see. Clumps, I mean like this area is like 5 pieces of hair in one. So we're gonna split it. We're gonna start to split the hair, and that's basically what detailing is. Just so everything could look nice and individually smooth. What you call a blade? A ceramic blade. And a ceramic blade, in my opinion, is a lot softer. And we're gonna do the rake down. With raking, you can start all the way in the blend. I'm not adding all the way in the hair. I'm not adding no pressure up here. I'm just letting the clipper do what it do. You can start way up here. And with raking, you want to comb in the direction of the natural growth pattern. The hair is going down on the back of his neck. So that's the way I'm taking it. If he had hairs, a calic or something, and it was to go sideways, I'm taking it sideways. If it was a blend on the side and it was going sideways, I'd be going like this. Some blends go down, some blends go forward. You always want to do it with the grain. Not against the grain, with the grain. And y'all, I'm not showing the whole entire liner process, but I'm going to just show y'all one side for real. And what I do for the liner, just showing the liner. I started in the middle, I worked my way over to this right side, and now I'm matching the left side with the right side. And as you can see, as I place my clipper there, it already has like an ash mark. I don't really need no pencil, I don't really need no enhancers or anything like that. And if y'all want to find out how to do that, I already got a video that's up that teaches the liner prep and everything. So if you want to check that out, you could. Alright. And it's just something to add on for y'all. You can kind of see he wants 2 eyebrow slits. He already has like the print from when I did it last time, but basically what you want to do, grab your trimmers. You don't want to do it vertically up and down. You kind of want to slightly tilt it to this corner box or this corner piece right here. And since you want 2 of them, you don't want to put the corner piece way over here. Then he's gonna look like he ain't got no eyebrow left. So you want to leave a little piece right at the edge. So I recommend you do this piece first. I will put it on kind of like the arc, or what I like to do, I put it on his arc is right here, and I put it a little bit after the arc. And all you do is press down. And if you're scared about cutting any of the eyelashes, anything, just use this side of the blade. So this blade is on their forehead, so you're not really cutting anything. Kind of got to manipulate the blade and how your clippers are set. Boom. And then boom. If it don't seem like it's cutting, you can kind of go up and down, kind of like this, or just slightly drag it just the tiniest bit. Your sir can cut all the hair right there. And that's really it for that, for real. And once you're using this side we use this blade so the blade can extend on this side. But if you used to cut this one, use the right side of the blade so this one can extend up to the top, so you're not cutting anything right there if you're scared to, get it by the eyes or whatever. But that's really it. But now YouTube, this is the end product right here. A nice, clean, laid down table. Basically a table for dummies. Anybody can do this. Any type of steps that I'll show y'all, I do the same exact steps for every video. Stuff slightly might be different. Look at that. But it works with any type of hair texture. You could go apply this same thing with to straight out. Besides the rake down technique, we did cut a little bit of the top off and then we sponged it, add some material to the top and then we sponged it. But besides the rake down technique, all the processes with the blending and with the guards and everything, and the highest guard that I ever use on any client is a 3 guard. The 3 guard and that's it. You don't need all them other guards. You can basically throw them all in the trash. I feel like I give the simplest breakdown to every single haircut. And we got more videos for y'all. Y'all just stay tuned. It's HYB. If you're not in any business, then what you doing? And we out.